Hey guys, Bolt here from the Crafted Emerald, and you must burn. Okay, so that was just a bit of a joke. Today, I'm finishing up my bending plugin series. We are back in the field of elements, as I've decided to call it. I got to tell my friend Shadow Scam about this plate that's really good for bending with all the earth and all that and the water. But getting on to bending, as I recall, I have done air, water, earth, and then I wasn't able to demonstrate chi blocking. I'm hoping to have this up there by tomorrow, and I can only change my element once every 7 hours. So unless I'd done it like in the middle of the night, I wouldn't have been able to. But I did explain it. That's under earth bending. I believe like the last minute and a half, 2 minutes or so, if you just want to focus on chi blocking. But on to fire. As you can see, I have my Prince Zuko fire skin on. Got the little scar on his eye. But first, we have Fire Blast. This is your main source of damage against enemies. If you punch at your target, then you'll shoot kind of a cool little particle effect. Reminds me of a torch. And then if it hits the ground, it'll make the fire patch. But if you hit an entity, it'll set the entity on fire. I think I've killed all the sheep in my previous videos. If I do see an entity, I'll try to demonstrate that. But it does set mobs on fire if you hit them. Or you can charge with sneak, and then when you see fire, release, and then the fire will explode. So there are 3 or 4 blocks of dirt that are destroyed there. Second is Fire Jet. This is kind of hard to get control of, but this is similar to Catapult, but not exactly. This can be used to escape enemies or get away, or just to go over gaps. So we got a little gap pond here. So we punch in the direction we want to go, and then I missed big time there. You do take fall damage if you miss, so be wary of that. But then you leave a small patch of fire behind you. The next move I was going to show you... Let's go ahead and put this out. The next move I was going to show you is lightning. But sadly, I am not able to get lightning from this server. Go away. But you sneak to charge, and then when you see smoke, you target and release, and then lightning will strike, set mobs on fire, and put a block of fire, like the little fire block. We'll just call that fire, and then it makes fire where it hits. That does about, I think, a maximum of 7, an average of 5 or 6, so that is a seriously powerful move. Bit overpowered if you ask me. Though it's still awesome. Actually, that's kind of ironic because Zuko can't really do lightning. He can only redirect it. Next, we have Fire Shield. With the slot selected, punch, and then you'll get the shield. Okay, yeah, that's not very good. But then you'll get the little wall. If you sneak with Fire Shield, however, okay, as you can see, Waterbender, Under, and Big Leader Peggy. All these people are saying lag. There we go. Whoa, that was kind of sudden. But then if you hold sneak, you can move around with this, and then this will protect you from arrows and other fire blasts. So that's pretty handy. Next is Wall of Fire. This is similar to Fire Shield. I forgot to mention with Fire Shield, enemies will catch fire. But if you punch, you'll create this giant wall of fire. But this deflects, it's the same as Fire Shield, so you get the defense and the burning of the enemies. What more could you want? How about damage? Because this does a bit of damage as long as your enemy stands in it. I think moderate damage, so about 3 or 4 ticks per second. Next we have heat control. I'm going to require some fire for this one, so let's set the earth on fire. Alright, with this slot selected, you don't combust, so you can see by my little, wait a minute, snap, wrong button. You can see by that I not taking any fire damage even though I'm on fire. This also counts with lava, but you can cool fires in lava by punching. But if you target ice, you can melt the ice into water. So that's kind of good. Like if you're frozen, like if you're facing a waterbender and you're frozen in a block of ice from their torrent or something, then that's an easy way to get out instead of waiting for them to phase change. Seventh. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna do this one last because that is rather hard to control. And I might want to move over there not to damage this sacred field of elements. This is Blaze. With Blaze, if you punch, then you get the fire that goes out in that area. This is also really good for mowing your lawn, as you saw there. Let's try that again. We gotta do that again. Mow your lawn. That's probably even better than air spout. That was a punch. If you sneak, which is probably a bit better, then you get the ring of fire. So we'll go into the awesome third person here. There we go. Then that is useful if you're against more than one enemy, and then you're not doing enough damage with your fire blasts or whatever. So that'll also give them a bit more fire damage. This is Illumination. I'm not sure if I can do it in broad daylight. But this is a toggle, so you click once. Oh, it does work. And then I get this little torch that follows me around. It will stick to side blocks if I'm next to one. So like here, I'm next to that. But then when you come out of that block, then it'll get back onto the ground. But that's useful if you're in a cave. I know like earthbenders have tremor sense, even though you don't have to bind it at all. This does have to be bound, but it is pretty useful for underground situations. Or if you haven't made your house yet, you're a firebender, just bind it, make a little shelter, dig 3 blocks down, put one up. Just select that slot. So that's pretty helpful. But now, wait, forgot to turn that off. I don't want a torch following me. Alright, but now I'm just gonna fire jet over to there. I don't even have to fire jet. Ooh, mobs. Okay, so since there are mobs here, I'm gonna go ahead and fire blast them before I forget. So, burn sheepies! Yeah, it did about 2 hearts of damage. Oh, dang, there's a creeper over there. I gotta be wary of him. Alright, but this last move is Fire Burst. There are 2 forms to this move, and both require a charge time. So this isn't very helpful. Why is there a crafting table here? This isn't very helpful if you're facing a ton of enemies. But sneak, then we'll go into this, and punch, and then it kind of makes like a cone shape. Or you can just sneak, and then release, and you'll get an explosion. So that's similar to air burst. But then, like I said, it's seriously hard to control. You can see that all this fire is kind of spamming me out, or lagging me out here. No, sheepy! I did not want you to catch fire! I did not want you to catch fire, I'm so sorry! And you died. Oh well, more wool for me. Though I already got 2 beds, so I don't need any more. That's actually kind of cool. This, okay, so if this will stop lagging me out here. And then, all that's left to firebending is their, passive abilities. As a firebender, there are only 2 here, like with, oh, I did not want that. There are only 2 here with, okay, there are only 2 here, if I can stop, lagging. There are only 2 passive abilities for firebenders. One of them is that you smother yourselves in fire quicker, so my guess is that just means you take a bit more damage, fire damage. But you also have, you're stronger during the day. If you remember with waterbending, you were stronger during night. For fire, it's the opposite. You're stronger during the day. So the sun's setting here. I don't think I'm going to have enough time. I've got a few seconds left. Here, I'll pause it and come back. But if I don't have time, please leave a like and a subscribe. And I will see you next time. It's beautiful.